They lied to you. They told you to get the fast car, the diamond chain, the mansion, but deep down you know those are just marketing campaigns to separate you from your hard-earned money. Do that and you'll be back to being broke in no time. But there are things to buy that will take your life to the next level, going from poverty to wealth. We experienced all of these firsthand, so here's the list. Once you get money, upgrade these 15 things immediately. Number 1, your face. Whatever it is you really dislike, it is holding you back. Fix that. Remove the hair more often, fix your teeth, the crooked nose, get LASIK surgery and fix your sight. Those patches on your skin need to go, so put some money behind it to look healthy, rested and get some clear skin. Your face is how you connect to other people on a day-to-day basis. Your confidence will shoot through the roof and you'll see its ripple effect in every aspect of your life. A report by ICA World of Labor showed that people with a good-looking face earn 15% more money than their average counterparts and will be hired and promoted faster. Those veneers will pay for themselves in no time, and not only will you likely earn more, but people will find you more attractive, which will lead to higher quality dates, which translates to better social skills, and that changes the way you experience life. You know too well what being insecure about physical attributes can and feel like, especially how it made you feel when other people pointed it out. Once you get the money, there's no reason you have to carry those burdens anymore. Just take it easy on the Botox, okay? You might end up looking like Simon Cowell. Number 2, your physical strength. The face is the easiest thing to fix. It takes the least amount of time to see the change. You get the surgery or the procedure and bam, you're done. You've got the money now, so you need to be able to enjoy it, and the healthier you are, the more enjoyable money is. Don't think twice, get a trainer, pay them in advance, and let them know you really want a transformation. They'll clear the chaos for you and will help to keep you accountable. You already paid the money, so it's time to get something back for your investment. You will feel better, people will notice you even more, confidence is going higher and higher. Once you see the results, you're addicted. If you're sitting on the couch watching this right now and dread the idea of going to the gym, know that this feeling is temporary. Once those results start coming in, it'll become a natural part of who you are. Your schedule will make the time. Commit first and you'll see how it works out in your favor. Anything in life is easier once you remove the friction. Get a trainer. They'll come to the gym closest to where you live. Order all your gym gear once and start doing this. Plus, you'll be surrounded by good-looking people who are taking care of their bodies. Most gyms have saunas and spas. You can finally get that back pain sorted out. For us, we've got a long history of heart problems in our family, so we invested in having a sauna in our home. Being in a sauna once a week and your risk of dying from cardiovascular events drops by 27%. Do it 4 times a week and the risk of heart failure goes down by almost 50%. High temperatures release a substance called dynorphin which triggers your body to go into protein repair mode, and it also binds your endorphin receptors more strongly in the brain. Now we are looking at hyperbaric chambers for more life extension benefits, but maybe that's the topic for another video. Number 3, your bed, mattress, pillows, and linens. Growing up poor, you don't realize just how bad your sleeping situation is. If you never wake up fully rested, if you find it hard to fall asleep or to get into those deep sleep zones where your body nurtures itself for maximum output during the day, but it's because of your bed. Poor people overpay for cars and TVs. Rich people overpay for their mattresses and pillows. Mattress prices are all over the place. Whatever number you're thinking in your mind is okay to spend on a mattress, triple it and see what you can find in that price range. You will not regret the decision. Statistically, you spend a third of your life in bed. Investing in a great one is a no-brainer. When it comes to pillows, we purchased a bunch of them filled with every sponge, microfiber, feather, or polymer you can imagine, and honestly, the hands-down best pillow we can find was for a fraction of the cost of the other ones, and it was from IKEA. They're Caldi and they retail for about $100. The cherry on top is the thing that brings it all together for us, is the high thread count Egyptian cotton linen. Once you get the money, buy yourself the mattress, the pillows, and the linens with a thread count over 500. Your sleep will never be the same. It's gotten to the point where we feel less rested in a luxury hotel than we do in our own home. Number 4, your food. While pursuing the grind, you had to downsize everywhere for extended periods of time. We call those our ramen years. Basically, you survive on the cheapest things possible. You eat that for the sole purpose of being fed, You add some ketchup or hot sauce just to make it more pleasant to eat. Something really great happens when you make some money. Your understanding of behavior changes. All of a sudden, you're smart enough to realize that food is actually fuel, that if you eat this rather than that, you can add an extra hour of work, a focus of training to your day. Now we are not going to get preachy here and tell you to only eat salads because that's not who we are. We love a good Wagyu steak and having truffles in our pasta. The goal is to increase the quality of your consumption while lowering the quantity. Poor people eat at volume. That's why the KFC bucket has 30 wings, but all those fancy restaurants serve up super small portions. One should either eat for nourishment or for the experience. Number 5. Your schedule. Once you get the money, your goal becomes clearing up your schedule. You go from saying yes to everything to saying no to most things. The less you have to do, the more you get to enjoy the things you really want to do. That's where creativity stems from. It's hard to be creative or enjoy this life when you've been carrying rocks up the mountain like Sisyphus all day, only to do it again and again tomorrow. Outsource everything. Clear your schedule, clear your calendar. Having a busy calendar and a busy mind will destroy your ability to create anything great, so take this seriously. Now that you have money, other people will want your time. Keep an open calendar, but always be too busy to do coffee with people who don't give you a serious reason to do so. Number 6. Your location. You might not realize it, but where you live is the most important decision you'll make in your life. Statistically, it'll influence who you marry, who your friends are, what you do for fun, and even your political affiliation and religious beliefs. In life, the closer you are to the money, the more money you'll make. That said, even if you're in the right place, changing locations might be for the better. If you started from the bottom, you know the bottom isn't a nice place to live, you're surrounded by weirdos, there isn't much going on, and you have to commute to any place worth seeing. The closer you are to the office or workplace, the more time you have to do other things that push you further. For us, it meant buying the top floor penthouse of our building and moving our office to one of the lower floors, so we take the elevator to the morning meeting. Number 7. Convenience. Here's the thing, the only thing that beats free is fast. Walking is free, but people still grab an Uber. Tap water is free, yet people still buy a bottle of water if you're in front of the store. Fortunately for you, money does buy convenience. The same services you would travel to now come to you. Flying private is one of the most convenient things possible. Not only do you decide when the plane leaves, but you get to the airport, get in a car, they drop you off at the entrance to your plane, and you get on and fly out. No lines, no queues, security already has your info, and you're pre-vetted to fly. If you're in your early days and you cannot afford to fly private, there are certain passes you can purchase that will allow you to skip security at airports and fast-track through things. Growing up in a former communist country has taught us above everything else how to stand in line. We dread it. Flying out FastPass, going to a museum FastPass, life is too short to stand in line, unless standing in line is the message you want to send. We are looking at you, David Beckham. Number 8. House cleaning services and subscriptions for essentials. This might sound trivial, but outsource the trivial tasks in your life. And now that you've got some money, you can afford to pay someone to clean your house for you, and that frees up more time for you to complete your next steps. Find people and pay them for everything you don't want to do, but maintain activities like walking your own dog if you enjoy playing with that good boy. And keeping up with the clear your calendar agenda, you should set your bills on auto pay. We've got recurring payments cleared for almost all of our invoices. Money leaves the account automatically. We check it once or twice per year to make sure everything is in order, but so far we've never had any issues. It has a pro tip. We've also automated a portion of our income to go automatically to Vanguard into an SP500. That way we know our DCA is on autopilot, and we've got no problem living on the rest. Number 9. Time with your family. Time can be different once you've got a little bit of money. Your parents or siblings don't need fancy gifts from you, but they might need help with their mortgage. Pay it off on their behalf and let them know you love them. Relieving your parents of financial stress will open up more money for them to take care of themselves and live a happier life, and in our experience, it also makes them respect you a lot more. Whenever we travel, we love bringing family members with us, so they don't feel like they're leeching off us. They still pay for their flights and other expenses, but we secretly pick up the cost on the accommodation. That allows us to not compromise on the quality of the experience, and they still feel like they contribute for their part. It's easy to drift apart when life is chaotically busy, but these relationships are valuable, so nurture them. Number 10. Your teachers. Smart folks know that you never stop learning, you just elevate your teachers. The people you learn from are more niched, so they've got deeper insights and different knowledge. You seek out experts, you leverage their input into getting more done in shorter spans of time. These people are usually expensive and outside of the reach of regular folk. An executive coach usually costs several thousands of dollars per month just to jump on a Zoom call with you and have a 1-hour conversation, but you're seeing results, so you've got no problem paying. At this level, these teachers know what they're talking about and what you need to do next. Number 11. Your stories and adventures. Here's how you become the most interesting person in the room. You live a life worth telling others about. You travel, you try things, you get into adventures, you focus on the journey, not the destination. Be a traveler, not a tourist. Embrace the things that make you feel alive. You, the person watching this right now, you've got a bucket list of things you want to try and experience in your lifetime. The clock is ticking, the window of opportunity is closing. You're here because you've made some money or are on your way to making some. Spending money on experiences actually makes you richer. The more you experience, the more you find out who you are. Most people live and die without ever finding out. Your stories and adventures will bring people toward you. It'll inspire them. Your light will shine bright as you have got something genuinely interesting to say in a world where you're watching reruns of the same TV shows. Yes, we are talking about Friends, The Office, and let us know in the comments which you think is the third one. Money buys freedom, so exercise that freedom for your own growth. Fly to the other side of the planet and then ride the train from one coast to another. It'll take you a few weeks, but we guarantee you'll have at least one hell of a story to tell. Number 12. Your charity work. Here's the deal. If you watched last week's Sunday motivational video until the very end, you know we measure success by the positive impact we have in this world. We get it. You've been busy reinvesting everything into your business, so much so that you don't have much to give away. But that needs to change, and we guarantee you'll see a positive return on your investment. You want to know a secret? The universe gives more to those who are willing to give it away. It needs people to spread it around. Every time we upgraded our giving, a new level of wealth and opportunity opened up like clockwork. The sooner you start, the better. We think of it in percentage terms. Giving away half of a month's salary toward helping others is just 4.16 of your income. Trust us, you'll have no problem living off the rest, but the emotional impact it'll have on you is incredible. Plus, we feel like you could use some good karma in your life right now. Number 13. Your wardrobe. Before you jump onto stock and order a new pair of overpriced sneakers, you gotta listen carefully here. Quality over quantity, timeless over trendy. This is why all rich people seem to be dressed the same, little to no logos, timeless high-quality fabrics. If you feel like you have nothing to wear, that's because you suck at buying quality items. Instead of buying 4 puffer jackets from one of our fast fashion retailer you frequent, buy a Burberry trench coat that will be with you for the next 30 years. This allows you to rid yourself of the useless excess you store in your home and have a clean portfolio of clothes. If you've got absolutely no fashion sense, Google Capsule Wardrobe and go from there. We mentioned this concept in the past, and it's one of the easiest ways to structure a viable wardrobe. You're welcome. Number 14. Your subscriptions. For years, you've been subscribed to only a handful of things. Now with money comes power and options. Now that you've got the money, you can afford to pay for things you use to rip off the internet. It feels great to be able to be up to date on everything, but that's not all. Whatever your hobbies are, there's certainly a dedicated community behind a paywall. In order to thread out the audience, for some it could be a golf club membership, a gentleman's club, or maybe others are into fishing or racing fast cars. It's all about being a member of a group of people who are extremely passionate about the same thing as you. You'll make friends there quite easily. If you're anything like us, you sacrificed your social life in order to build your fortune, and you probably find it difficult to make new friends as an adult. This is your cheat code. Have fun. Number 15. Upgrade your life by downgrading your taxes. What does it mean to be free? It is to move freely and do what you want. The more money you make, the more some governments will ask of you. That's when you start looking into offshore banking and investments. That's when you incorporate in Belize or the British Virgin Islands. That's when you buy a second home and you buy and rent it out. You might not know this, but almost all countries will allow you to buy your citizenship or at least fast-track it. These are called golden visas. You can Google them. You can become a citizen of the United States of America, get a legitimate green card if you buy $1 million worth of property. The minimum is $800,000, but we'll round it up to $1 million. Portugal offers citizenship when you invest a minimum of €250,000 into anything artistic. That's why the Paul brothers legally moved to Puerto Rico. That's why rural Paul lives in the Cayman Islands. Money gives you the ability to enjoy more. How ridiculous is that? And what a shame to let this ability go to waste. What about you? If you suddenly got more money than what you have now, what would you spend it on? Let us know in the comments, and here's the bonus for those of you who made it to the very end: a new life. Some of you don't like the life you're living right now. You've made the money but things still don't feel right. Life feels shallow, superficial. Everything we've mentioned in this video when put together allows you to buy a new life. You can become someone else completely. You can reinvent the identity you possess, make new friends and start over. This is one of the greatest luxuries in life, and life is too short to live the same day over and over again until you die. Money allows you to live more lives while everyone else just lives one. We spent the first decade of our adult life solving the money equation. In this new decade, we might pick up writing or speaking engagements. We might build a viable charitable foundation or throw ourselves into art fully. The beautiful thing is, once you've got the money, you've got the options. Feel free to exercise them however you wish. If you're working toward that point, write the word options in the comments. That way we know which ones of you will live more than just one linear life.